What's up, poker players? Hope you guys are out there killing it on the tables. We had a rough session last night, down $274, but we were running terrible. That EV line is way above our net one line, about a $500 difference between the two. So I think we played pretty well, but let's take a look at the hands and see what we can find out and see how we can improve on our game. Let's jump right into it. First hand we're looking at is at the 50 NL table. We have Ace Jack suited in the big blind. Playing a little short-handed here, we have 6 players being dealt into this hand, and we get a 4X open from the cutoff, who is a recreational player, very aggressive, very high bet numbers over the only 21 hands that we have on this player. And we also get a call from another fishy recreational player to our right in the small blind. And I just call here with the Ace Jack suited. $6 in the pot pre-flop, and we wind up flopping the nut flush draw and 2 overcards. Pretty good hand against these two opponents. I check back to Orgasm, who has a very high tendency to bet, very aggressive, and he does bet 380. The small blind calls, and I figure this is a great spot to get in a raise and try to get a lot of the smaller pairs like this out of the hand, or get money in the pot to allow us to get the rest in with the nuts. So I raise to 15-20, and we get a rejam from Orgasm. Small blind gets out of the way. It is about $28 for us to make a call here into a pot of almost 70. We are getting almost 2.5 to 1 odds here. We have to be making a call in this spot. We are actually a 52% favorite against the pocket fives, so I do make the call. We are drawing to a spade, a jack, or an ace. The 7 doesn't help. The 9 doesn't help, and we wind up losing a very large pot to a player jamming with second to bottom pair. Interesting play. Now we are moving up to the 200 NL table. We have Ace King suited, playing from the cutoff. We open raise to $6, 3x, and we get 3-bet from Vegetables Aren't Yummy to our left, who is a very regular player, always up on the Beast leaderboard towards the top, going to have a pretty wide 3-bet percentage from the button. So I make it 50 to go, and we get a call. We are both playing very deep stacked here as well. There's now 103 in the pot. We both have over 300 behind us, and the flop is 9 high rainbow. We have the backdoor nut flush draw and 2 overcards. I check right here, and our opponent checks. We hit the 3 of clubs on the turn, gives us 1 card from the nut flush draw, and there's a good possibility we are actually ahead right here with the Ace King. So I lead out for $50, and we do get a fold, taking that one down with Ace High. And now we have a little pocket aces action at the 50 NL table. We open to $1.50, and we get 3 bets from ESP Poker. I put in a 4-bet to $11.50, and ESP jams all in. Going to be calling here with the aces. Aces versus kings. This one's pretty straightforward. He hits a king on the flop, though. We have outs. Can't get there, and we wind up losing a large pot. Getting it in with the best, but that is going to happen every once in a while. And now we have Ace King offsuit at the 200 NL table. Playing from the button, we get an open from a fishy player under the gun who makes a call of our 3-bet, and we see a flop. Flop is king high, 2-tone. We have the backdoor nut flush draw once again, and top pair, top kicker. I make it small on the flop, only half pot, and we get a call. The deuce on the turn does not improve many hands. I bet half pot once again, and we get a call. The jack on the river improves a couple hands. The king jack now improved to the best, but that is really about it. And our opponent leads out for $12. I think if we raise in this spot, we're probably only going to get called with hands that beat us. You could argue to put in a small raise here to try to get like hands like king 10, king queen to make a call, but that is a very small percentage of the range of our opponent right here. So I elect to just call. You guys can let me know in the comment section below what you would have done in this spot. It's such a small range, or it's such a small bet. The $12 bet is so small, and I think we probably could have squeezed some more value out of here from a fishy player. So maybe we missed out on some of value with this one as well. But we wind up taking down a pot of almost $140. Not going to complain about that. And now we have ace queen offsuit playing from the big blind. This is the 200 NL table. And that is the player that we just got in a hand with who just limps. And we get an isolation bet from Vegetables Aren't Yummy playing on the button. He is definitely trying to isolate two fishier players to his right. So I think this is a great spot to be putting in a squeeze play. And the fishy players get out of the way. Vegetables Aren't Yummy makes a call. We see a flop of 10 high, 2-tone. We have 2 overcards and a draw to a straight with a jack. I lead out for $40. Vegetables makes a call. The 4 of spades comes on the turn. I elect to just check in this spot, and Vegetables jams all in, putting us in a very tough spot right here. And we are not going to be ahead of much of his 3-bet calling range right here. That is a big loss for us. What do you guys think about this hand? Do you think we could have just given up after the flop and not continuation bet on such a wet board? I think that is probably a better play, or we just check call the flop. Let me know what you guys think about this hand as well in the comment section. We cannot be giving away money like this to the regulars. Got to try to stay out of the big pots of the regulars, get in the big ones with the fish. And now we are at the 200 NL table. We have King Jack suited playing from the cutoff. We get a open raise, a min raise from under the gun +1 from a recreational player. We do not have much information on this player. Only 5 hands. Is playing a relatively short stack right here. So we can make the assumption that this is not a regular player and probably plays less than optimal. So I do make the call, being in position against this player with the King Jack suited. And we wind up flopping a flush draw with 2 overcards. Our opponent checks. We bet $7, which is 2/3 pot, and our opponent makes a call. We wind up hitting the second nuts on the turn. Our opponent checks. I bet 14 on the turn, and our opponent makes a call. And the 5 of hearts comes on the river. There's now $53 in the pot. Our player has a little bit less than 100 in their stack. I'm trying to get as much value as I can in this spot. I bet $38. I thought a 10 would wind up calling that $38 bet. And we get a min raise from our opponent. There's only one hand out there that beats us, and I'm going to be making the call here. And he winds up showing the nuts. He slow played it the entire way and then min bet the river. You know that's going to be a strong hand, but I couldn't get away from the second nuts right there. That one is just unfortunate, and you're going to run into those every once in a while. Not sure if we could have played this one any differently. I think it probably would have wound up the same. We probably actually got out of it just about as cheap as possible. And now we have pocket aces at the 200 NL table. We get an open from the hijack to 4x, $8. Cutoff calls, and we are going to be putting in a 3-bet, make it 26, a little bit larger than 3x. We get a call from the hijack, and we get a call from the cutoff. There is $79 in the pot pre-flop. Our opponents are both pot committed at this point. I lead out for $24. We get a jam from the hijack player, and I make the call with the aces. He has outs to a split with the 4 on the turn, and the 6 locks it up for us on the river, giving us the pot of $184. And the big hand of the night is a cooler, and we have pocket kings playing from the small blind at the 200 NL table. Middle position opens for 3x. That is the fishy player from before, and Vegetables makes a call here in the cutoff. We seem to be getting in a lot of hands with these players tonight. I make it 26 to go. The big blind comes along, middle position comes along, and Vegetables Aren't Yummy jams in for almost $400. I can't get rid of kings in this spot. We are getting incredible odds here. There is going to be a lot of dead money here. So I do make the call. The other 2 players get out of the way. It is kings against queens, all in pre-flop, huge pot. $452. Great flop. Just have to avoid a queen on the turn and river. But there's the queen on the turn. We have to hit a king on the river. The 7 is not going to do it for us. And we wind up losing a $452 pot where we got it in with the best. We were a 81.24% favorite pre-flop, 91.62 on the flop, and a huge underdog going into the river. That one hurt us a lot, but I think we played it well. I did not notice any huge mistakes in our session today. Maybe when we missed out on of value with the ace king against the king 10 this hand right here. I think we missed out on some river value, but besides that, I think we played pretty well. But that does not do well for the bankroll. That number, however, isn't so bad. The big blinds, the win rate was also pretty well with the EV, and we actually wound up with a positive win rate on this terrible session. So we were winning hands at the smaller tables, losing the big ones, as you could see. Just try to forget about sessions like this and move on to the next one. Keep putting in that volume, keep bouncing back. It will even out in the long run. Head down to the video description, you guys, to check out links to all the poker products that I use, as well as America's Card Room, where I am doing my $50 deposit to a $100,000 bankroll challenge. This session was reviewed on Hold'em Manager. The link for that program is also down in the video description. Click that subscribe button if you have not done that yet. Make sure you don't miss out on any of the poker action. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Big thanks to everyone who is subscribing, commenting, and liking the videos. I'm really enjoying the community that we're building. We've got some great poker minds out there, and I love that you guys are following along with this and that we are on this journey together, and hopefully we can both improve our poker games. Thanks for watching, poker players, and I will be back soon with a new video. But until then, I'll see you guys out on the virtual felt.